to another edition of Fantasy Dream Homes, and let's get on our magic spaceship. We are headed to the Finger Lakes, and the Finger Lakes are located in upstate New York. Let me just turn on my boundaries here real quick. Okay, so there is your New York boundary, upstate New York, essentially. So here's New York City, Long Island, and Manhattan. Everything else is considered pretty much upstate New York. The Finger Lakes are these long, narrow lakes. They are formed by glaciers, and the two longest are Seneca and Cayuga, and the deepest one is Seneca. And whenever you see formations like this, where it's not just coincidence that these are all facing roughly the same directions. These were carved tens of thousands of years ago by glaciers. And they are especially deep lakes. And just to give you an idea, Cayuga Lake is 435 feet or 133 meters. And Seneca Lake is 618 feet or 188 meters. That's really deep for lakes. So you'll see if we zoom in closer that this is a lot of farm country, but also you see tons and tons of trees, and there's a bunch of hilly terrain here. I have never been to the Finger Lakes region. I would love to go. I hear nothing but wonderful things about how beautiful it is. Apparently there are tons of vineyards around, winemaking vineyards. So place worth seeing. Also, there's going to be luxury homes, and today we are going to look at 8 luxury homes. And if you want to get tourist information, we are featuring gofingerlakes.org. This is where you can learn about where to stay and things to do, things to see. So check out gofingerlakes.org. The real estate site we're going to be using is realtor.com. You'll see these red dots. These are the areas that we're going to be focusing on. One other thing I wanted to get, before we get right into our first home here, I wanted to point out this article this blog I stumbled upon. It's from the Institute for Luxury Home Marketing, and Debbie DeGrote wrote this blog, and it's very helpful. I'll have it in the show notes. 36 tips for getting listings sold. And what she's talking about specifically is luxury homes. I think this is really useful. Something like number 13, when it comes to luxury listings and sellers want very expensive marketing that is above and beyond what you have designated for the property, ask them to front some of the costs, and that you will repay them when and if the property sells. Well, if I'm a luxury home seller, I'm not necessarily going to ask the agent to front this. I want to get this thing sold. Don't you think it's worth $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 in printed materials and whatever else it has to get, say, a $5 million house sold? I mean, we're talking about peanuts with the return on investment if it means that you can sell it for $100,000, $200,000 more. And there's lots of really good tips in here. Another one here at number 22, your listing descriptions must be awesome. I totally agree. You can't imagine. So I've been doing this for a while, as you know, here on Fantasy Dream Homes channel. I read descriptions all the time, and so many of them, especially for luxury properties, are pathetic. They're terrible descriptions. They're very generic. High quality professional photos, she has listed number 23. And again, yes, absolutely. You hire a professional photographer. You do not photo your house yourself, because then you get lower quality photos. We're talking about extremely expensive properties here. So what? You're going to hire a photographer for $1,000 to $5,000, or a videographer to do it? Hire somebody who can do video as well. and they should be doing drone shots, so it's got to be somebody that has done this before. I actually have a gentleman that I've worked with in the past who does this kind of work. So if you want a recommendation, if you send me a message, I'll try to catch it in the comments and leave a comment. I can pass on his name to you. Obviously, you're going to have to pay his travel expenses and stuff like this. But he's going to be working with homes that are 5 million and above, and he can do both photography and video. And it typically, I think, takes him 2 days to do a home because he does it at different times of day. You don't want to just photo the outside during the day. You also want to photo at night. So, and you have to light all of these rooms. It's not something done quickly. So I think he does 2. It might even take 3 or 4 days, but I can pass on his information to you. All right, so let's quit talking. Let's get on to our real estate tour. And our first house is here at 7 bedrooms, 6.5 bathrooms. It's over 8,000 square feet on a 28 plus acre lot. It was built, let me scroll down here, in the year 2009. So let's check out this first fantasy dream home. Okay, so our next home is going for almost $2.6 million. It's 4 bedrooms, 4 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom. Interior space is 3,600 square feet on the nose, and the lot size is about 3,250 square feet. It was built in 2015. Let's check out this next fantasy dream home. Okay, moving right along, our next fantasy dream home is going for $2.7 million. It's 8 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom. Interior space is over 3,800 square feet, sitting on a larger lot of about 9.5 acres. It was built in 2007. Let's check out this next fantasy dream home. All right, so our next home is going for $2.8 million. It's 7 bedrooms, 10 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom. Interior space is getting up there at 10,000 square feet. The lot size is about a half an acre. It was built in 1915. Let's check out this next fantasy dream home. So I'd like to take a minute and just show you something I think you would really be interested in. If you like the YouTube channel Fantasy Dream Homes, I think you're really going to like the Pinterest page of ours, Fantasy Dream Homes by the same name. You can find it here, right up here. Here's the address, the URL address, pinterest.com/Fantasy Dream Homes. And if you scroll down here and we go to our boards page, you will see boards that if you like looking at luxury homes, you're gonna love this Pinterest page. We have everything from magnificent master bedrooms to ultimate master bathrooms, luxury dressing rooms, kitchen ideas for luxury homes, butler's pantry, cozy nooks and alcoves, reading rooms, grand entryways, fantastic fireplaces. We also look at luxury appliances, and we look at plumbing fixtures, and we look at lighting, and we look at staircases, swimming pools, and flooring, furniture, anything you would see in a luxury home. This is the place to go. And if you want, like, say for example, you click into architectural styles of homes, okay, you actually can see all the different, we've separated all the major categories of homes: log cabins, contemporary style, craftsman, Queen Anne, Greek Revival, Tudor, Victorian. So there's something for almost everybody who's interested in home architecture or luxury homes. So we invite you to please visit our Pinterest page, and we'd like you to follow us on Pinterest. And we hope to see you on our Pinterest page. Thanks a lot. All right, our next fantasy dream home is going for almost $3 million. It's 11 bedrooms, 10 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom. Interior space is over 7,700 square feet. It's sitting on a lot of 1.5 acres in size, and it was built in the year 2000. Let's take a look at this next fantasy dream home. Okay, I just want to go back here because this home, in my opinion, I know it's a lake home, but all of these homes are lake homes. Can anybody tell me why this home is priced at almost $3 million? I'm looking at this going, this looks like the builder was an amateur in so many ways. And there's nothing to justify the price here. Let's take a look at these cabinets. Cheap cabinets, very cheap cabinets. Look at this. This is, just a laminate, like, I don't know what. This is a trip hazard going on right here. I'm sure that's against code. I'm thinking that this house was never inspected by a city inspector or anything like that, and that it was built by the first homeowner, whoever that was. Let's keep going. What the hell is this? This TV is sticking out right in the middle of the room. Let's keep going. The photos are terrible in these. They're too cramped. They didn't hire a photographer. It just drives me crazy when people, if they did hire a photographer, they got ripped off. Let's just keep going. Look, you're not getting any, I don't know what the ceiling of this bathroom looks like. I don't know what this is. Are these cabinets over here? These photos are terrible. I mean, this is crazy. This just drives me nuts. That's a total trip hazard. There's no transition there. It should be a smoothing, flowing transition. I want to keep going here. I don't know if I'm looking at this furniture going, is this staged? And really they put in anything in there, because I'm looking at the furniture super cheap, but that's okay. I'm not judging it for the furniture. So you got yourself a range there. Everything is just, I mean, this photo, just everything looks cluttered here. I'm not seeing absolutely any reason for this price. It is just, and this just looks cheap. Everything about this looks cheap. And you're only getting an acre and a half here. I don't see molding and a crown trim. Okay, so I see some trim there. Why is this a $3 million home? The other homes are way better looking than this home, and they're also on the lake. So you can't tell me it's because it's on the lake. There's nothing here to justify this price. Leave your comments. I'm interested to see if you agree with me. So, all right. So our next fantasy dream home is unusually priced. It is not. They've narrowed it. Well, here it's $3,320,250. Normally, you're going to round off those numbers, but in this case they didn't, and I don't have a clue. It just, to me, makes more sense to round off the numbers, but they didn't do it. 6 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom, interior space 4,000 square feet, sitting on 2 acres, built in 1930. Let's take a virtual tour of this next fantasy dream home. Okay, so we're moving along to our seventh house of the day, and it's going for 4.9 million. It's 5 bedrooms, 5 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom. Interior space over 5,500 square feet, sitting on a lot that's a little larger than 5 acres, and it was built in 2012. Let's take a virtual tour of this next fantasy dream home. All right, for our eighth and final fantasy dream home of the day, this one is going for almost $7 million. It's 6 bedrooms, 5 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom. Interior space, this is a big one, over 13,000 square feet, well over 13,000 square feet. a little over half an acre of land that it sits on. It was built in 2007. Let's check out this final fantasy dream home of the day. Okay, so that wraps up our virtual tours today here on Fantasy Dream Homes. We hoped you liked touring the Finger Lakes area of New York. I'd love to see it, and I'm sure after looking at some of these homes, you might agree with me. So, we invite you to check out our social media channels on Facebook and Instagram, and particular Pinterest. Check out our Pinterest page, pinterest.com/fantasy dream homes. And we invite you to become a patron and help support our channel. It takes a long time to make these videos, so we hope you can support the channel so that we can actually make them better and do things like add some cool After Effects and stuff like that. But until next time, we will see you around, and keep smiling, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.